So today I'm gonna give you 5 things that make these cars so special and awesome to own. And then I'm gonna give you 10 things that you need to worry about when buying one of these. BMW E92 335i Convertible, one of the best drop tops out there. A perfect mix of luxury, performance, and that signature inline-6 turbo sound. But here's the thing, buy the wrong one and it can turn into a nightmare with endless repairs and costly headaches. In this video, I'll break down exactly which ones to go for and which ones to avoid, so you can enjoy the top-down driving without any regret. Now, I made a video about this, the E90 platform. Those issues still apply, but this video will cover items for the convertible 335 that I didn't cover there. And this beauty right here is turbocharged, and it came in 2 variations. The N54, which is made from 07 to 2010. This one is the N55, which was made from the 2011 to 2013. And it's basically a 3-liter inline-6 engine producing 300 horsepower and 300 pound-feet of torque, which we all know from the factory, it is actually underrated. Now, tuners love it because it's underrated from the factory. And you know, you can easily push about 400 plus horsepower out of these engines with just some basic mods. Next is the retractable hardtop. The E92 convertible has a power retractable hardtop offering the best of both worlds. A sleek coupe look with the top up and an open air fun car with the top down. And unlike the soft tops, the metal roof provides better insulation and security, especially under harsh weather conditions. And number 3 is the timeless BMW Design. One of the best looking 3 Series ever made, in my opinion, with the clean lines and the perfect balance of sportiness and elegance. Now, the angel eye headlights and the LED tail lights give it just that aggressive yet classy look. The M Sport package makes it even better, adding sportier bumpers, wheels, and interior touches. Number 4 is that driver's car feel. Now, these cars came equipped with hydraulic steering on pre-2012 models. They offer just a better road feel compared to the newer electric systems. The balanced chassis and the rear-wheel drive makes it a blast to drive. Also, this came available with a 6-speed manual transmission for those true enthusiasts. And last but not least, before we get into the actual what to look for issues, is value. And what a great value these cars are. Prices for a well-maintained E92 are still reasonable, especially for the 335i, making it one of the best bang for buck sports car out there. It's really a 3-pronged thing. It offers M3-like performance at a fraction of the cost. Premium interior with real leather, soft touch materials, and a driver-focused cockpit. Also, it has advanced tech for its time, the iDrive premium audio and adaptive headlights and heated seats as well. So it just feels like a refined long highway cruiser, as well as it handles great on twisty back roads. And now you're really pumped and excited to buy one of these. So allow me to highlight some of the things that you should look for if you're planning to buy one. I made a video to show you general things to look for when buying any car, like signs of wear, leaks, etc. I've also created a checklist so that you don't miss any of the steps. The link to that is included below. Use that as your starting point, but now let's dig into things to look for that I think can be very expensive on these cars. Now, keep in mind that it's never a bad idea to bring along a car-savvy friend with you who is familiar with these cars to help you look for things. Also, if you found one that you have your heart set on, I would also recommend that you get a PPI, a pre-purchase inspection done by a BMW dealership or a BMW specialized shop. it'll be the best 200 bucks you spend on the car. Right, so the first thing we're gonna talk about is the high pressure fuel pump, HPFP failure. The HPFP failure is usually because it wears out prematurely, leading to inconsistent fuel delivery. So if you're having long crank times or failure to start, you have engine misfires, hesitation, or rough idling, you have the check engine light, or you have some fuel codes, that could be indicative of a fuel pump problem. The next thing I want to talk about is the water pump and the thermostat failure. The electric water pump fails prematurely due to overheating or electrical issues. So if you have engine overheating, warning on the iDrive, or reduced engine power or limp mode, you have the fan going very loud, check for error codes. You may have water pump failure. Next is the valve cover and valve cover gasket leaks. Now, the plastic valve cover becomes brittle over time and the gasket deteriorates. So you may have leaks because of this. If you see burning oil smell, especially with the top down, you have visible oil leaks near the valve cover, the engine is running rough due to vacuum leaks or things like that, you may want to look for oil residues around the valve cover. Also check for the oil filter housing gasket leak. Now this one is crucial. The rubber gasket breaks down due to the heat and oil exposure. So if you see oil leaks near the front of the engine, or you have low oil levels over time, it's possible that you have a leak around this area. So check for oil residue near the oil filter housing and inspect the serpentine belt for oil as well. If this gasket fails, it could mix the oil with the antifreeze, potentially causing engine failure. Next, and right around the same area, is the wastegate rattle on the turbocharger. Now the wastegate actuator wears out, causing a loose wastegate flap. Symptoms usually are rattling noises coming from the turbo area, especially during cold starts. You can have boost loss or sluggish acceleration. So check under the hood and look for codes to see if there's any indication that you have this issue. You can use a scan tool to check for the boost pressure inconsistencies as well. Another costly item with the engine is carbon buildup on the intake valves. This is because these cars are direct injection. So the N55 engine uses direct fuel injection, which leads to carbon buildup on the intake valves over time. So if you start to have rough idle and hesitation, loss of power, especially in the mid-range RPMs, if you have misfires, especially during cold starts, perform a bore scope inspection of the intake valves. If mileage is over 60,000 miles, consider a walnut blasting to clean the valves. Next has to do with the hardtop issues, the famous hydraulic leaks and malfunctions with the convertible hardtop. So you may have fluid leaks from the convertible top system, or electronic components fail over time. So if you see the convertible top gets stuck halfway or doesn't operate, you have leaks near the trunk area, or any error messages on the iDrive system related to the top mechanism, you want to check for these leaks. You want to test the operation of the convertible top multiple times and look for the rubber pieces all around the top to ensure they're not torn or missing. So going back into the engine bay, the next item is the charge pipe failure. Now, the factory plastic charge pipe usually becomes brittle over time and it cracks under boost. So if you're having sudden loss of power or boost, so you have hissing noises under acceleration, you might want to check the codes. You may have some codes directing you to that. So inspect the charge pipe near the throttle body area, and potentially upgrade with an aluminum one to give you a better look and also more durability. And while we are up front, let's talk about the HID leveler. The ride height sensors mounted on the front and rear suspension arms can fail due to wear, water damage, or corrosion. So some of the symptoms might be, the headlights stay too high or too low, the adaptive headlights stop adjusting while driving, dashboard warning lights or error codes for the headlight leveling. So to check for this, check for the broken or disconnected sensor arms near the suspension. You want to scan for error codes related to the leveling system. That might indicate some issues here. And while we're here, let's talk about the transfer case. If your car is equipped with the X-Drive feature, you may have an issue with your transfer case. Some of the issues are typically, clutch wear, software issues, or the fluid is too old. So if you feel something weird happening with your drivetrain, check for noises, grinding, clunking, winding noises under driving conditions, and check for warning lights. If you have any 4x4 DSC or ABS lights going on there, that might be an issue. You want to scan for codes. You also want to inspect the actuator motors if you can. If not, have that done during the PPI. And the last thing I want to talk about is recalls. The best option to find out about recall information is to go to your manufacturer's website. I've included the link below. In the US, you can also visit the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. The link is also included below. Either option, just go in and put in your 17-digit VIN number, and that will give you all the active recalls for the vehicle you have or you're looking into. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you find this video helpful and informative. If you did, give me a like, leave some comments below that can help others as well. And don't forget to share, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next one.